Hello students. So in this tutorial I am going to tell you about IIR filter design. So what is IIR means? We all know that IIR means infinite impulse response. So in this video I am going to teach you about IIR filter design methods, rules and those techniques. Okay. So first of all, IIR filter in DSP we deal with digital filter design. We deal with digital filter design. So we want to get H of Z. So how can we get H of Z means there is only one way, that is we have to get from analog transfer function H of S to H of Z. Okay. So this H of S is the analog transfer function and this H of Z is the digital transfer function of IIR filters. So in between this H of Z and H of S and H of Z, we need to apply some methods. So these are the design methods for our IIR filters. Okay. So what are the design methods for IIR filters means? There are generally 4 types of methods. There are generally 4 types. Okay. Among those, first one is derivative approximation method. Second one is impulse invariance. Third one is bilinear transformation. Okay. And fourth one is the matched Z transforms. Okay. So at this step, okay, by applying the transformation between H of S and H of Z, we'll use these 4 methods. So among these 4, we are going to mainly focus on only 3 methods as per syllabus of our JNTU Anantapur. So derivative approximation method, impulse invariance method and bilinear transformation method, these are we are going to see. So in all these 3 methods or else in all these 4 methods, we have a common point called as S2Z transformation. So our main intention is to obtain the relation between S and Z. That means from Laplace domain to Z domain, digital domain, the main intention is to obtain the relation between these 2 variables. Once we obtain the relation between these 2 variables means then definitely we would have achieved that method completely. Okay. So first of all, we in upcoming series we are going to mainly focus on these methods, how derivative approximation method works and what are those drawbacks and why we are going for impulse invariance and what are the drawbacks of impulse invariance method and why we are going for bilinear transformation, what are the limitations of bilinear transformation, everything we are going to discuss. And designing an IIR filter is fine, okay, but the main intention is to achieve the stability of IIR filter. Okay, that means we need to design a stable IIR filter. So if IIR filter is said to be stable means it has to satisfy 2 conditions. Okay, this is H of S and this is H of Z. So let me be clear. We know that S is equal to sigma plus j omega and Z can be represented as R e power j omega. This omega is analog omega, where this omega is discrete omega. Okay, the representation should be like this, and there should be the relation for these coefficients in S and for these coefficients in Z domain. So there we have to represent it. Okay, and the another point that we have to keep in mind is S equal to sigma plus j omega. We can represent S domain as, okay, this is Laplace domain or called as S domain in frequency. This is sigma, this is j omega, this is minus sigma, this is minus j omega. So sigma minus sigma, j omega minus j omega, these will all extend from minus infinity to plus infinity. Hence the region of convergence for our S will be minus infinity to plus infinity in Laplace domain, and when we talk about Z, when we talk about Z domain or discrete or digital domain, this axis is called as real part of the Z, and this axis is called as imaginary part of Z. Okay, the region of convergence of Z transforms will be always, it is a unit circle. That means the radius of this circle is 1. Okay, so Z is equal to R e power j omega. This is, excuse me, this is real part of Z, this is imaginary part of Z, and we have to map our coordinates sigma j omega on to this circle. Okay, the conditions for the conditions to get a stable IIR filter are, okay, conditions to get stable, which filter it is? Digital filter. Our intention is to design digital filter. Okay, condition to get stable IIR digital filter are, there are two conditions as I have told you earlier. First condition is the left half of S plane, that means this portion. Okay, the left half of S plane should map inside unit circle. That means this portion, if you take some poles here, I am representing with star with a circle around, and these should definitely map inside the unit circle. Like this the mapping has to come. So this is a star with circle, this is also with a star circle. Like that I am going to just change the shape in the circle, and then I'll map. Okay, this is the first condition that has to get satisfied, and the second condition is the j omega axis of S plane should map onto unit circle. Okay, that means this axis I am representing dot with circle. Okay, these dots should map onto unit circle, that means here, wherever it can be, it has to be map onto the unit circle. Okay, these are the two conditions that has to satisfy to design an IIR filter from any of the three methods. Okay, so this is about introduction for IIR filter design, digital IIR filter design, and next we will see about derivative approximation method and how to solve problems on the same. Thank you. I hope this lecture is informative, and we'll proceed with the next derivative approximation method.